Hey everyone, hopefully this video works. I don't know what's up with the other YouTube video, but I'll try and get this up. So hopefully you're all well and have enjoyed this little break we've had. If you need anything else, just continue to let me know what it is you need, and I will do my best to help you out. But with these videos, I just really do hope they help us out in terms of getting the ideas behind today's, assignment. So let's go ahead and look at the actual Google Slides. I'm gonna have to do it like this today just because unfortunately the other way isn't working well. Sorry. So absolutism is our focus of the day, where we're going to be looking at the characteristics of absolutism and basically why absolute rulers use this as a way to rule. So let's go ahead and look at this video for a little while. Nothing's working in my life right now. But hopefully you get a chance to look at this video when you have a chance. I don't know why it's not working, but let's continue on. So what is absolutism? Well, let's look at the word absolutism. Right in it, we have the word absolute. And absolute is a word that typically means complete or total. So when you have absolute power, you have total control and total power. And another word, monarch or monarchy, meaning mono, which is a prefix, a word that comes at the beginning, that means one. And then archy, a suffix that comes at the end of a word, meaning form of government. And so monarchy put together is one person who's in charge of the government. But what is absolutism? Well, absolutism is a form of government where one person has absolute or total power or control. Now, who can be an absolute ruler? We have a bunch of different folks out there who are also called autocrats or monarchs. For example, we have a king or queen, a dictator or a sultan. So these are leaders, and there are only one person who are in charge of a huge piece of land. And that's who can be an absolute ruler. Now, where does absolutism take place? Absolutism takes place anywhere on the face of the earth, as we're going to see in the next slide. But when is absolutism taking place? It takes place mostly during the 1500s up until the 1800s. And anytime someone has a king or a queen or a sultan or a prince, like in Saudi Arabia, that's where we have an absolutistic government. And so here's a map of absolute monarchies in the 15 to 1800s. So we have a bunch in Europe. We have some in France. We have some in Spain and Portugal. And then we have Russia up there. We got North Africa. We have India. And we have Japan. So all of these places have one leader who has total power. And then why does absolutism become a thing? Well, the printing press, of course, is always at some point taking responsibility for stuff. So here, people now have the Bible and they read it for themselves. And although the churches are saying these things like indulgences are a great way to go to heaven, people are not believing the churches anymore. And so yes, we're going to still believe in the Bible and God, but we're not looking to the church, or at least the Catholic Church in particular, for guidance and how to live life. And so people are going to turn away from the Catholic Church, and of course we need some leaders. So that's where these political or absolute leaders come to power. And so what's the point of absolutism, and how does it look like? And so we have a picture right here, and basically an absolute ruler is in charge of the military. It's in charge of the wealthy people. It's in charge of the laws and punishments. And it's also in charge of religion at some point. So remember with King Henry, when he finds the Church of England, he basically becomes the head of that church. And so when you're in charge of a religion and you're also the king, obviously your followers have to follow you. And so that's a great way for absolute rulers to gain power. And then how do these people, claim or support the fact that they're in charge. Well, looking at this image right here, we have King Louis the 16th, and just looking at his picture here, we have an angel who will represent God here, and the angel's putting this crown on King Louis the 14th. And so this just represents that God is the one who's giving the power to these leaders. And so divine right theory is the idea that God chooses the leader to rule. And so the kings and queens and other rulers, they're going to use that to defend their rule. And a great way they have about thinking about it is, if God told me to be the ruler, well, who are you to challenge that? Because, you know, if you're challenging me, you're challenging God. And that's one thing people are not willing to do, challenge God. And so basically that's what lets these kings and queens, you know, remain in power. So we're going to go ahead and look at that reading assignment. Let me see if I can find it here. It's going to be here, the Google Docs. We have this document. The first one is looking like this. Basically, it's like some reading from France. You're going to look at some of the lines and figure out what the lines are telling us about the power and where it comes from. And then you're going to go down to this document right here. And it's going to ask you to read the Suleiman's writing and explain why he is an absolute ruler. Some of us are going to have a different like this. So you're going to actually have to watch the video. Some of you are optional. Some of you have to watch the video, just because it's going to help us get down these major ideas. And then you're going to go down to the primary document once again and just answer why this person is an example of a absolute leader. Okay, hopefully this helps. Hopefully this recorded correctly, and hopefully the audio works. I don't know why it's not working. But take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will be there to help you out. Some of you haven't worked on some of these assignments before this, so I would probably recommend you do those. Just because we're almost done grading those. I'm basically done with most of our grades so far. So just keep mindful of what you're missing. If you have any concerns or anything, let me know. If you need someone to talk to, you can do that. Call me, text me, email me, schedule some sort of meeting. But yeah, let me know what's up. Hopefully you're well. Yeah, bye.